Hey YouTube, welcome to Pickin With Panz, episode 2. Tonight we're going to have a look at some vintage banks, cast banks that I found over the years picking, and these are some of the ones I've hung on to, and I'll probably part with some of them in the future here, and some I'll probably keep, and we'll enjoy a nice glass of grape juice. Okay, let's get at her. First, I'd like to show is this one aside here. These are all black Americana. This one's a porter, probably from the 30s, something like that, 1930s, maybe earlier. Heavy, nice. Got that one about 5 years ago. This is one of the first banks I ever got. And this one is a white metal, and it's mechanical. As you can see, put the coin in his hand and in the mouth. Cool. And you can still run across these in, anywhere, who knows where. Auctions, yard sales, estate sales. They're still out there. And that one was called a Jolly Nigger. Excuse my language, but that's what they were called. eBay doesn't like to hear that word, but the reality is that's what they were called. That was the name. And this one is a cast version of that one. This one's older. As you can see, look at the back. This is vintage, and to tell the difference in vintage and reproduction stuff, just look at the moldings, around the edges. And the old stuff, it's more smooth, and you can just see the patina, like when you look at the paint on the front of that. It's got a nice patina to it. It's worn. It looks like, this one's got to be, I'd say, from the 1920s probably. Beautiful shape. Here, let's put a coin in his hand. Okay, dude. There he goes. That is, these are mechanical banks. This one is just what you call a still bank. But these go good on eBay. You can't call it by its real name, what it was sold as. But you can sell it under black Americana. Just call it a Jolly Bank or whatever. You'll do well on these. Okay, we'll put those aside. And that one's heavy. And here's another Mammy Bank. This one's made by Hubley. I guess it's about 4 or 5 inches tall. With nice patina. Well worn. And you can just see it's so nice and smooth and edges, and yeah, it's the real McCoy. Beautiful. I got that a long time ago. I'll tell you, if you watch on eBay, these ones will be amongst the reproduction ones. The real ones are in there. If you keep an eye out and you got a good seller who knows what he's looking at, you can get the real thing. But hey, watch it in auctions, local auctions, whatever. They pop up. Okay, this is another mechanical bank. This is one of my favorites. I got this one many years ago. Now you put the coin in the top, and it's a log cabin, coonjigger cabin. And you can see there's an old broom on the side. Now that's how you activate it. And there's a black guy in the front. And on the side, an old banjo. And there's his grill and an old raccoon. Okay, here we go. Well, I dropped the coin in already. Here, I'll put this one in there like that. Okay, here we go. There, he kicks the coin into the bank. Cool, very cool. It's one of the keystone pieces in my collection. One of my favorite picks. I like banks, they're cool, you can find them anywhere. Yard sales, they're out there. And they may look like almost anything. That's one thing about a bank, like they come in all shapes and forms. Okay, next is, here's just the front. I just wanted to show you a couple of parts pieces off of some black Americana. This looks like the head, maybe a porter. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a black guy or a monkey with a hat on it. I don't know. But anyway, here's this guy, a black guy. He's one of these jolly banks. And it's just the front. I found somewhere at an auction, but hey, if you can, I think I only paid $5 for this thing. But anyway, you get parts like that. Hey, even if you never find the rest of it, it's still cool. You'll still do well on it if you sell that. And one of these days I'll probably find the rest of it. Okay, we'll move on to, here's another bank called, this is made by a company in the 50s and 60s called Book of Knowledge. And it's a mechanical bank. And they don't bring big money, but there's many variations. They made different kinds of, you name it. There's all different styles of the Book of Knowledge. Like this is the mule, Kicky Mule it's called, but they made all sorts of different stuff. We'll put the coin in there. If I remember right. I think that's how it goes. And you press it here. There you go. And drop the coin. He kicks him around, and the mule. There you go. Check it out. Okay. Now to reset it, you just go like that. There you go. Put the dude back like that. There you go. Book of Knowledge. Now these, they kind of look like reproduction, but in the 60s, they kicked out a lot of banks, cast banks. They weren't as nice as the older stuff like that, but they're still cool and very sellable. Oh, there he goes again. Okay, let's move on. Next, now, a lot of banks, cast banks, were made to look like animals, and for some reason the elephant was a real favorite. So here's 3. They call that a howdah bank, because this thing on the top where people rode on, I guess, in India or whatever, Burma. And here's Jumbo, the elephant, which was always a favorite. Now, there's been a reproduction made of this one, so you gotta watch it. This one, it's for sure, it's the real thing. Just check out another tip is check out the axles. And, you know, look at that. Is it real? Is it old looking or is it new looking? You know, it's hard to reproduce that kind of thing. So that's something you want to look at. Look at the paint. There's nice patina. You know it's the real thing. So beautiful. I love it. Okay, so there's another. These can be got. I think I got this for like $10, and like this stuff sells all day long. Put it on the market at the flea market or antique booth, eBay, whatever. They sell nice. Okay, move along. Another favorite one was pigs. And here's a couple versions. I like this one, 3 little pigs. They're cast. This one's probably from the 50s, 40s. And heavy, very heavy. Cool, very cool. Pigs was a favorite one. There's like probably 10,000 different kinds of piggy banks. But these are a couple of cool ones I found over the years in the cast department. Okay, and here's another one. This one is Shriner's hat, I guess. Syrian. Cool, probably from the 50s. Yeah, like there's this one's white metal, painted white metal, vintage, everything there. You can find that. I found that at a local yard sale, if I remember right. But yeah, cool. Another ones you find figures of. There's a World War I soldier. I think this is Buster Brown and his dog, I think, if I remember right. And this one, Billiken Bank. but they're all from 1920s, World War I era, around that time. You don't run into these every day, but sometimes they'll be mixed in with newer stuff on a yard sale and stuff. People don't really know what they got. They don't really know how old it is. You know, if you see a book on banks, it's well worth getting just to know what's out there and to get a little bit of an idea on values in different companies. And they're not always marked with the company name on them. Sometimes, like this one is, it has the patent number, but it doesn't have the company. But, you know, a lot of them aren't marked. But you just have to have a good eye, know what you're looking for. Like, just look for the patina, like how nice and how smooth and everything is made. And it just looks totally different from the stuff that's made nowadays. Anyway, we'll put those aside. And we'll finish up with a few different ones here. Examples of safe banks, and looks like a cash register, very ornate, like that one. A good buddy of mine gave me, I think he gave me all three of these, if I remember right. I might have bought one of them somewhere else. No, I think I bought one of them and he gave me two of them. Anyway, that was good of him. Union Bank, what's this one say? Star Safe, probably a safe company. And Junior Cash. I never had much cash when I was junior. Okay, anyway, those are very nice, and you can find these, sometimes they go pretty cheap. They're really cool, and they sell well on eBay. Sometimes they don't go high, sometimes they might. You never know, it's apples and oranges with that. So, anyway, a couple more left, and then I'll wrap it up for the night here. Roy Rogers Bank. Metal, definitely 1950s. Cowboy boot with Roy Rogers on his horse. Check it out. Standing on a horseshoe type base. The bottom's missing. That's something you got to watch for with these banks. A lot of times the plug is missing. Look at that. There's paint flaking off this thing. Man, these things are... That's one thing about stuff that's painted back in those days. The paint flakes off, so you got to be careful with it. Anyway, it is what it is. And I'm going to put that up and not touch it too much after tonight. And the last is this one here. It's a little baby sleeping in her carriage with a little birdie on the top. And I really like this one. This one's very cool. It's got cast metal with kind of a tin bottom. Very cool. Definitely vintage. And this kind of stuff sells really nice. If you're parting with it, I think I'll probably hang on to this one for a little while yet. Anyway, there we go. That's the banks for tonight. I got you guys. Appreciate you watching. I got all sorts of different stuff to show you in the future and some tips when you're collecting banks and what to look for and maybe what you can get out of them. Take care.
This is Marketplace.
The consumer, they call us. We're the people that buy. While everyone else is out to sell some kind of merchandise. We go to the boss and tell him, hey, we need a bit more gold. Some tax deductions later, and we still wind up in the hole. Yes, we are the people, running in the race, buying up the bargains in the old marketplace. Another sale on something